if you're a woman over 40 and you feel like you're doing everything right and the fat is still not coming off, I need you to hear this. You are not lazy. You're not doing everything wrong. You're doing a few small things wrong, and they are hidden. They're the mistakes nobody warns you about. The ones that feel healthy, feel disciplined, feel like exactly what you're supposed to be doing. And that's exactly why they're so dangerous. You cannot fix a mistake you don't know that you're making. Here's what almost nobody tells you. After 40, the margin for error gets smaller. The little things you got away with in your 20s and 30s are now the very things actually holding you back. So today I'm gonna walk you through the 5 hidden mistakes that keep women over 40 stuck. The ones you don't even know that you're making. And pay super close attention to mistake number 3, because it's the one almost every single woman I coach is guilty of. And it's the one doing the absolute most damage. Quick bit about me if we haven't met. I lost 50 pounds, and that was after 2 C-sections and one of the darkest times of my life. And I kept it off. And now I coach women in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s to do the same without starving, without giving up the foods they love, and without living in the gym. And the women who finally break through are not the ones who add more. They're the ones who found the hidden mistakes that were quietly working against them and fixed it. And before we get into it, if you're ready to transform, that is exactly what we do inside my SheFit community. If you want to join me and try my Focus 20 workouts, all of the meal plans and recipes, my journaling challenges, my community calls, and daily motivation inside my SheFit community, I would love to help you transform in the next 30 days and beyond. Just click the link below and start your 7-day free trial. Start tossing inches off your waist in weeks. Start for free today. Okay, let's get into it. Mistake number 1, you are eating too little, not too much. This is the one that shocks women the most because it's the exact opposite of what you've been told your entire life. Here's what happens after 40. When you cut your food too low for too long, your body does not just calmly keep burning fat. It gets scared. On a deep level, it decides that food has become scarce, so it protects you. It slows your metabolism down. It holds on to every single pound, and it burns as little as it possibly can. This is why the women surviving on coffee and a little salad is so often the most stuck of all. She's not eating too much. She's eating so little, her body has slammed on the brakes. One of my members, 51, came to me eating almost nothing and gaining weight anyway. Convinced me she needed more discipline. She needed the opposite. She needed to eat. When we added the right food back in, her body finally felt safe enough to let go. And the weight that had not moved in years started finally coming off. So if you're under eating and stuck, that is not a coincidence. That is the mistake. Mistake number 2, your healthy foods are quietly working against you. You're eating a salad, you're drinking a smoothie, you're grabbing the granola and the yogurt, and you feel like you're being so good. But here's the hidden problem. So many of the foods marketed as healthy are actually loaded with sugar, seed oils, and hidden ingredients that spike your blood sugar and tell your body to store fat. The creamy dressing on the salad, the fruit juice and sweetener blended in the smoothie, the granola that is already just desserts, the flavored yogurt with more sugar than a cookie. After 40, your blood sugar is far less forgiving. So these hidden spikes hit harder and park more fat around your middle than they ever did before. Another member, 47, was doing everything by the book and could not understand why her belly would not budge. The problem was not that she was eating badly. It was that her healthiest meals were secretly the worst offenders. Once we found the hidden culprits and swapped them, her bloating disappeared and her waist finally started coming back. So the mistake is not that you're lazy with food. It's that you've been misled about what healthy actually is. Now here's mistake number 3, the big one I told you to watch for. You are living in a state of chronic stress and running on empty. This is the hidden mistake almost every woman over 40 is making, and it's the one doing the most damage because it silently cancels out everything else that you do right. Here's why it matters so much. When you are constantly stressed and constantly exhausted, your stress hormone cortisol stays high all day long. And chronically high cortisol does 3 brutal things. It tells your body to store fat, especially around your middle. It spikes your cravings for sugar and carbs, and it makes your body hold on to weight for protection. You can eat perfectly and move your body every day, but if you're wired, overwhelmed, and running on empty, your hormones are quietly fighting you the entire time. Another member, 55, was eating well and exercising and still completely stuck, frustrated to the point of tears. Her food was not the problem, her nervous system was. Her nervous system was stuck in overdrive. Once we brought the stress down and protected her rest, the scale had been frozen for months and it finally started moving again, without her changing a single thing about her diet. So if you're doing everything right and still stuck, this hidden mistake is probably why. Now this next one is a mistake of leaving something out. Mistake number 4, you're skipping the one thing that actually rebuilds your metabolism. Most women over 40 who are trying to lose fat are pouring all their energy into cardio and completely skipping the one thing that actually rebuilds their metabolism. Strength. Here's the hidden cost. After 40, you lose muscle every single year. And muscle is the engine for your metabolism. It's what burns calories all day long, even while you rest. If you're only doing cardio and never challenging your muscles, you're actually burning up the very tissue that keeps you lean, which drops your metabolism even lower and leaves you softer, not leaner. This is why so many women feel like they're exercising more than ever and getting worse results. They're doing the wrong kind of work for a body over 40. Another member of mine, 49, was on the treadmill almost every day and getting nowhere. Exhausted, demoralized. We changed her focus to real strength work, Focus 20 workout. And within weeks, she started leaning out and told me she felt strong for the first time in years. So skipping strength is not a small thing. It's the mistake that quietly caps everything else. And this last one is the mistake that undoes all the others. Mistake number 5, you are chasing perfect instead of being consistent. This is the hidden mistake that lives in your head, and it sabotages more women than any food or workout ever could. Here's how it happens. You start strong on Monday. You have one bad meal or one off day. You feel like you blew it. So you throw away the entire week and tell yourself you'll start again next Monday. I did this for years. And that all or nothing pattern repeated month after month is why a decade goes by and nothing changes. It was never the bad day that stopped you. It was quitting after the bad day. Fat loss after 40 is not a content problem. You already know what a healthy meal looks like. It's a consistency problem. Another member, 44, spent years in this exact cycle, perfect for 3 days and starting over every week. When she finally learned just to get back on track with the very next meal instead of waiting for Monday, the weight that had haunted her for 10 years started coming off for good. So the mistake is not that you lack willpower. It's that you've been aiming for perfect when consistent is what actually wins. Now, I already know what some of you are thinking. Shar, I think I'm making all 5 of these. I get it. So was I, and so is almost every woman I coach when she first comes to me. But here's the truth. You do not have to fix all 5 today. You just have to find the one that's hurting you the most and start there. You do not need more discipline. You needed to know what the hidden mistakes even were. And now you do. The women who win are not the ones grinding the hardest. They're the ones who stopped making the invisible mistakes that were quietly canceling out all of their effort. Now, I want you to see what happens on the other side of this. Take a look at this. This client came to me over 50, exhausted, and convinced her metabolism was just broken. She was making almost every one of these 5 mistakes, and she had no idea. And this is her now. Look at her waist. Look at how she's standing. Nothing about her willpower changed. What changed is that we found the hidden mistakes and fixed them one by one. And I want you to hear this. She is not the exception. She's what happens when you finally stop making the mistakes nobody warned you about. So let's recap the 5 hidden mistakes. 1, you are eating too little, not too much. 2, Your healthy foods are quietly working against you. 3, you're living in chronic stress and running on empty. 4, you're skipping the strength work that rebuilds your metabolism. And 5, you're chasing perfect instead of being consistent. 5 hidden mistakes, and every one of them is fixable. This is the good news. You were never the problem. The mistakes were, and mistakes can be corrected. So here's your challenge this week. Do not try to fix all 5 at once. Pick the one that hit you the hardest and you listened, and just start there. And comment below and tell me which one of these 5 you did not even realize you were making. I read every single one because I really need you to hear this. You are not lazy and your body is not broken. You were just making mistakes nobody ever taught you to see. And I've been exactly where you are. So if you're ready to transform, that is exactly what I do in my SheFit community. If you want to join me and try my Focus 20 workouts, all of my meal plans and recipes, my journaling challenges, my community calls with other women just like you, and daily motivation inside of my SheFit community, I would love to help you transform in the next 30 days and beyond. Just click the link below and start losing inches off your waist in weeks. And for a limited time, there's a 7-day free trial. Sign up below and I'll see you inside.